So this page has got a summary, a good summary, actually. We're on page, what are we, 99? It's got a summary of all the rules that we've talked about so far in this section. So Miss Jet's got an acronym about some power man do something, and I may explore that further with you, but basically this is a good list of the rules. So this might be might want to put a post-it note or something on this page because it summarizes everything we've done. If you have like bases and you are multiplying those like bases together, you add your exponents. If you have a power to a power, an exponent to an exponent, then you multiply the exponents together. If you have a product, you have two or more factors inside the grouping symbol raised to a power, each individually gets raised to that exponent. Then we had a quotient, we've got a numerator or denominator raised to an exponent, and again you can drop the grouping symbol and take each numerator and denominator separately raised to the exponent. Zero exponents, we said anything to the zero power is 1 because you're dividing something by himself. Negative exponents, last thing we talked about, if you have a negative exponent, you can make him positive by rewriting him as a reciprocal and changing the exponent. So the other piece of this that's missing here is if you had 1 over a to the negative n, this would become positive by rewriting him as a reciprocal and changing the exponent to positive. So this would just be a to the n because we don't have to write the 1 when the denominator is 1. Last rule, when we had a quotient to a negative exponent, only to a negative exponent, we did the reciprocal of the fraction inside the grouping symbol, made the exponent positive, and then simplified normally. So we've got a few to do down here. These are pretty straightforward. You just have to be careful and ask yourself if you're finished. At the end, can you still have, do you have like bases you can combine? So we're going to do, like in PEMDAS, we're going to do exponents before multiplication. So that's going to be x to the 12th times x to the 1st all over x to the 7th. I'm going to clean up this and say, okay, well, I've got like bases, so that's going to become x to the 13th in the numerator, x to the 7th in the denominator. One more step, like bases, I subtract, and my answer becomes x to the 6th. B, I've got a negative exponent. First thing I'm going to do is write a reciprocal fraction on the inside of the grouping symbol. It's going to look like this, and my exponent now becomes much friendlier. It becomes positive. So this becomes q squared over 25, p to the 16th. And I ask myself, do I have anything else I can clean up? Nope, I don't have any like bases, and I don't have any numbers to worry about with the 25. Okay, C, this looks a little hairy. We don't have any exponents here, but we do have a bunch of negative exponents. So we need to clean that up. We need to write, the first thing I always do when I'm solving these is make my negative exponents positive. And then I see what I have. So I'm going to move that 4 to the negative 1 and make it 4 to the positive 1 by moving them to the denominator. X to the negative 3, he comes down here also. The y stays in the numerator. He's positive. Then I come down here, and this 4 to the negative 3, I'm going to make him 4 to the positive 3. Move him up. Leave the x squared alone. And move the y to the negative 6 up here as a positive 6. Now I definitely have a bunch of stuff that I can clean up here. So y to the 1st and y to the 6th is y to the 7th. So I've got 4 to the 3 minus 1, which is 4 squared, y to the 7th, over x to the 5th. So the only thing I can do now is say, well, 4 squared, I know what that is. That's 16. So I have 16 y to the 7th over x to the 5th. Everything's positive, and it's all cleaned up. Looks nice. All right, let's look at this guy. I have a feeling I'm going to need a little bit more room for him. I'll do him in blue. Oh. All right. So Again, he's to a positive exponent, so I don't have to worry about doing a reciprocal on the inside. All I have to do is take each one of these individual pieces to the positive 3. That's what I'm going to do first. So that's going to be negative 2 cubed, x to the 9th, y to the 3rd, all over x to the 3rd, y to the minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. So now I do have a negative exponent. I need to clean this up. I can take negative 2 cubed and get negative 8. That's negative 8. X to the 9 is there. I'm leaving this y cubed alone, but this y cubed is going to come up and join him. And we have x cubed remaining in the denominator. And I'll clean him up in a minute. So this is minus 8, x to the 9th, y to the 6th, all over x to the 3rd. One more step, because you have x's, and they're like bases. It's a quotient, so we're going to subtract. Minus 8x to the 6th, y to the 6th, and all of our factors in the denominator fell out. So this is our answer. Yay. All right, I want you guys to do E and F on your own and come prepared to discuss those to class. Thanks.